For today's practice, we're going to look at the idea of moving from busy to stillness. And so as you're ready, we'll just find ourselves coming to a child's pose. Knees wide, toes together. And we'll take it a little more active, so press the fingertips into the ground and lift the forearms. Draw the shoulders into the socket and just start to find your deep breath here. I'm going to focus on this quote that says, "We can't rest until we're silent, but we can't be silent until we rest in Him." And so we live in a very fast-paced world, and yet all of that's going on right now is teaching us a lot about what it means to slow down. And so our practice is going to emphasize that as we kind of move through a busyness, a faster pace at the beginning of class, and then at the end just start to savor the stillness. So as you're ready, we'll press up into table. Extend the right leg back, press the right toes into the ground, and just massage the calf for a moment, rocking back and forth. And then lift the toes up, pinky toe points down, lifting from your inner thigh. Maybe the left arm reaches out. Knit the navel into spine. Exhale, maybe tap knee to elbow. Moving slow, engaging the muscles of the core as you move. If it's too much, you can keep the hand down and just draw the knee in. Exhale to bring the knee to elbow. Inhale to extend long. From here, hold, bring that left hand down, pivot that left knee, the left foot out to the side, and come into a modified side plank. Feel that extension from the right heel all the way out the right fingertips. And then square back off here. Maybe we'll find a modified half moon. Maybe you can bend that right knee and grab for the foot. Maybe you just lift the leg and reach that right arm up. Set your gaze on something not moving and just breathe in the stillness. Release that down, square back off, bring the knees together. Just a few cat-cows. Inhale, lifts the gaze. Exhale to round. Moving with your breath pace, start to deepen. Pausing at your inhale, not rushing the movement. Pausing at the bottom of the exhale to release everything out. And then we'll take the other side. Left leg extends back. Toes pressed into the mat as you just rock back and forth a few times. Then we'll lift the left toes up. Left pinky toe points down, hips stay squared. Right arm reaches forward. Keep the gaze forward. Full breath in. As you exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to open. Move with your breath, really emphasizing the core strength here. Inhale, open. Exhale, tap. Then last one, knee to elbow. Root the right hand down. We'll come to that modified side plank. This time, left arm reaches up. Maybe the bicep comes over the ear. Feel that length from the left heel out the left fingertips. Breathe new space. More opening. Maybe take that half moon, lift the left leg. Maybe you bend the knee and catch the foot. Maybe you just keep the leg lifted. Find your breath, steady gaze. And then come back neutral, square the shoulders, square the hips. This time we'll just drop shoulder to same hip, side to side. Curl the toes under, and then we're just going to let the knees hover just an inch or two over the ground. Keep the inner thighs hugging together. Navel draws in. Strong in the arms. Exhale, lower the knees down. Just take a quick reset. Maybe in a child's pose, press back up. We're going to take that again. Spread the fingers wide, root the hands, hover the knees. Everything hugging midline. Find your breath in the hold. And then as you exhale, we're going to come into down dog. Lift the hips high. Fingers spread wide again. Rolling the biceps towards the ears. Taking a few deep breaths. And then to work our down dog, take a deep bend in the knees, but keep pressing the hips up. Feel the belly start to hover over the thighs, and then from there, straighten the legs towards the ground. Straighten the heels. And then walk yourself back to the back of your mat. Fold it out at the back. Releasing the neck, finding a little bend in the knees so you can stack the hips over the heels, shifting your weight towards the tops of your feet. Come halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high, come to mountain. Hands to heart. Inhale, reach high. We'll side bend, grab the right wrist with the left hand. And then inhale, center, switch sides. Inhale, back center, exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and we'll walk ourselves back to down dog. And we're going to take a figure four stretch, so cross the right ankle just above the left knee, and then press the right knee away as you're in this down dog hip opener. Switch sides as you're ready. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Left knee moves away from the chest. Find the resistance in your body and find breath there. As you release, comes high plank. As you exhale, down dog. A few like that, rolling like a wave. Inhale to high plank, gaze forward. Exhale to down dog. Really, as you lift back to your down dog, you want to move from the belly button. Shift forward, inhale, plank, and then exhale, core strength draws you back. Shift forward, high plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or low cobra. Exhale to down dog. Stepping to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale to halfway. Exhale to fold. So we're going to start to pick up the pace with a flow here soon. Kind of find that breath to movement. Exhale to heart. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, fold. We'll step back with the right foot. Hover the belly over the thighs, reach the arms back, thumbs point down, shoulders away from your ears. And then inhale, rise up, crescent lunge, set your stance here. Neutralize your pelvis. We're going to hold this first round a few breaths each time, and then we're going to move a few rounds, one breath per movement, to create some heat. As you inhale, step up, bring the right knee into your chest. Inhale, extend and lift the arms. Exhale, knee comes back in, hands to heart. Inhale, crescent lunge. We're going to flow through that a few times. Inhale, step it up, right knee in. Inhale, open the leg, lift the arms. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, crescent lunge. Again, inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale. Exhale, pass back. Open up, warrior two. Bending into that left knee. Strong rooted legs. A softening in the upper body. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Deep belly breaths. And then straighten the leg. We're going to come to wide A. Heels slightly in, toes out. lower down. Can find a little movement, a little bounce, and then maybe hands to heart. Tailbone tucks down. Root from the crown of the head. Find a lift up in the upper body. Breathe. And then straighten the legs, reach the arms up, and then warrior two to the back of your mat. So now we're into that right leg. And then extended side angle, reach forward, forearm can drop to the thigh, or if you have it, you can drop into that, drop the hand to the inside edge of the foot. And then come back up, warrior two. We're going to straighten the right leg, flying monkey, bend into the left knee. You can bring the fingertips down, or they can stay at your heart center. That right heel's rooted, right toes point up. And maybe you want to open the wings, find a deeper stretch. We're going to square off, come into a runner's lunge, and then we're going to jump switch. So kind of find a little bounce, jump switch. Again, jump switch. One more time, jump switch till we have that opposite foot forward. You can skip those if you want and just step forward, but we'll find that hover belly, thumbs point down. Inhale, arms come up, crescent lunge. A few breaths here before we come into that balance posture at the top of the mat. Slow the breath, even out your inhales with your exhales. Then inhale, knee in, exhale, extend. Inhale, knee in, exhale, crescent lunge. Next time, exhale, knee in, inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. Inhale, crescent. Woo. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Inhale, knee in. Exhale, reach high. Opening up, warrior two. Slowing your breath, rooting into the posture, finding stillness even in the heat. And then straighten the leg. We're going to come to that wide A. I'm just going to turn myself around. Toes point in, toes out, heels in. Maybe grab opposite arm, opposite elbow above your head. Finding length on your side. Lifting the waistline off the hips. Breathe here, straighten the legs, and then reverse. Come back to the back of your mat, warrior two. So now that left knee, bending into the left knee. Reach forward, extended side angle. Try not to dump into that left forearm, but rise up out of it. Inhale, reach back up, warrior two. Flying monkey, back to the front, bend into the right knee. Left heel roots down. If you need that balance, fingertips come down. Or you can bring hands to heart, or find those wings opening up. Squaring back off. This time we'll just step to high plank. We're going to build a little fire in between. So this time, coming into high plank, we're going to just do mountain climbers. So trying to keep the upper body still as you just draw the knees towards the elbows in this little run. Find your breath. Dig in deeper with your breath as you want to give up. We're pushing here. And then press back, down dog. Slow your breath, full inhale. Exhale it out. Letting our movements be more fast-paced in a style of life that many of us are used to. And then we're going to walk ourselves back. Just finding a quick reset. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, hands come to heart. Inhale, reach. Fold forward with a flat back. Walk yourself back to down dog. And then this time, let's step the left foot forward, reach up. Crescent lunge. Immediately exhale, knee in, Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee in. Inhale, crescent. Flowing a few times on your own breath. Try not to rush ahead of the breath. Let the breath guide you and center you, but we're going to pick up our pace here a little faster. Open up, warrior two. Straighten the legs, coming into that horse stance. Full breath in. And then open up, warrior two, back of your mat. Shift forward, extended side angle. Inhale. Exhale. Back up, warrior two, flying monkey to the front of your mat. Bend into the left knee. Just a full cycle of breath. Square the hips and the shoulders. Do a few jump switches. Kind of little bounce. Switch. Switch. One more switch. Find that opposite foot in front. Hover the belly. Inhale, crescent lunge. Next exhale, knee in. Extend, inhale, knee in. Reach up, inhale. Move with your breath. It's okay if you're doing an opposite inhale or exhale, just full breaths here. Letting your breath guide the movement though, but building that fire. The fast pace, open up, warrior two. Straighten in, coming into that wide A. Open up, warrior two, back of your mat. Extended side angle. Reach back up, warrior two, flying monkey. Back to the front of your mat, square the hips. Little jump switch. Jump switch. Jump switch. Last one, jump switch. Jump switch, just kidding. Step to high plank. Okay, we're going to keep going here. This time, not running, but just tap. Draw that right knee in towards the elbow, left knee. Try to keep the upper body still, just moving from the hips, drawing the knee in. Strong in the arms. Feel like my hand is at your back of your heart, and you want to press that space up. Gaze forward. Pushing here. We're used to this push. We're used to this life. And then press back, find the stillness. It's hard when we're moving so fast to really be able to tune in, to check in. So I want us to experience that in our body. Walk to the back of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. I want us to feel the beauty of the stillness at the end of this practice. Inhale, high. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Walk yourself back to down dog. Left leg lifts, step forward. Hover the belly. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. You know where we're going. Knee in, extend. Knee in, crescent lunge. A few breaths on your own. Feel the strength. Feel yourself rooted. Open up, warrior two. Coming in, wide A, bend into it, and then back of your mat, warrior two. Extended side angle. It's okay if you're at a different spot, just breathing. You know where your body knows where we're going. Flying monkey back to the front. Squaring back off, jump switch. Jump switch. Jump switch. Hold here. Hover and then inhale to rise. Rooting into the right foot, extending the left. Crescent lunge. Inhale up, knee in, extend, bend knee, crescent lunge. Breathing through each movement. Pressing in deeper. Open up, warrior two. Wide A, maybe opposite hand, opposite elbow. Open up back of your mat, warrior two. Extended side angle. Warrior two, flying monkey, front of your mat. Pivot back, runner's lunge. Stepping into high plank again, dropping to your forearms this time. And we're just going to be like a saw moving back and forth. So shift shoulders over elbows, then back. So you're moving with your toes, really focusing on the core here. Breathing. I know we're building a lot of heat and we're moving at a fast pace, but stay connected to your breath. Keep moving back and forth, isolating the muscles in the core. And then coming in child's pose. Just taking a breather here. If you want to pause and do that a few more times, feel free to join us back here if you want a little more heat. We can't rest until we're silent. But we can't be silent until we rest in Him. Sometimes we have to move through all of that internal gunk and stuff so that we can embrace the silence. We can get clear space within. Maybe you're having expectations of all the things you should be doing right now with all this gift of time we've been given to stay home. And you're feeling like it's just too much. That's okay. Maybe actually this is a time of slowing down, of taking a breath and taking a breather from the pace of life so many of us are used to, where you're running from one thing to the next, and wearing so many different hats. Take your child's pose over to the right. I know I had high hopes of some things I was going to accomplish, all these projects I wanted to get ahead on, and switch sides as you're ready. And all of a sudden, now that there's like a shift away from all the busyness, I find myself just wanting to embrace the quiet, to embrace the slow pace. Maybe that's you too. Coming back up. Pressing back to down dog. We're going to find a few more postures, not as at a fast pace, but they're going to be some deep poses. So right leg lifts when you're ready. Step the right foot forward. We're going to come into pyramids. So bring your feet like they're on train tracks. Draw that right hip back. Fingertips come down. We're just going to fold over the right leg. Find a micro bend in that right knee. And as you draw the right hip back, press into the pinky edge of that left foot, so that left hip kind of draws forward. If you need to grab some blocks or books to give your hands support, do that. Maybe hit pause and go grab some of that. And then we're going to twist. Bring the left hand to the outside edge of the right foot. Right hand comes to the low back to square the hips off, and then just start to spiral the shoulders open. Maybe you lift the arm. Maybe the hand just stays to the low back. Find that twist, a few breaths. Keep drawing the right hip back. Press into the pinky edge of that left foot. Stay here, or maybe you start to find a balance here. So you're going to look down, bend into that right knee. Bring that left hand towards the right corner of the mat and lift that left leg up. It's okay to fall out. I do too. Just working that balance, but can you lift left hip high? Breathe into your twist, whether you're balanced or just still with both feet down. And then square the hips, square the shoulders, standing L. And then fold it out, standing splits. Lifting, it doesn't matter how high that left leg is, we just want to lift from the inner thigh. And fold over. And then step back, coming into plank. Holding plank for just a moment. A few breaths, and then exhale, finds down dog. Just take a cleansing breath before we switch sides. Left leg lifts. Step forward. And then shorten the stance a little bit. Come to train tracks with the feet. Fingertips come under the shoulders. Start to press that left hip back. Fold over the left leg. A little micro bend in that left knee. Root into the big toe, the space just below the big toe with that right foot, the left foot. And then opening up, walk the right hand to the outside of the left foot. Left hand comes to the low back, maybe twists open. The hips stay level here, so the hand on the low back just guides the hips to level out. And we twist from the navel, the upper body, the chest. Maybe you find that balance where you start to walk the hand a little forward, bend into that left knee, and start to lift the right leg. Embracing the shakes and the quivers. Feeling off balance is okay. Learning to find stillness after a busy pace can feel really off balance. So you're ready, square the hips and the shoulders, standing L. Lift the heart and the gaze, and then fold. Lifting your right thigh up. Maybe the left hand comes behind the calf of the standing leg. And then stepping back, crescent lunge or runner's lunge, and then high plank just for a moment. On your exhale, really center from the core, press back to down dog. We're going to move into lying pigeon, so right knee comes up to the right wrist. Just settling in here. Know that your modification is, if you don't like it on lying down this way, you can come to your back and thread the needle. You might start to feel your heart rate is really beating right now. And this part of class, the last 15 minutes, we're just slowing down. So deepen your breath and slow the exhale. Maybe the exhale is a little longer. So with this, quote, gift of time so many of us have been given, we've all been given, with the world kind of shutting down in many ways. Do you find yourself wrestling with being productive and achieving and having something to show for this time? I know there's a lot of messages out there about using this time to start a new thing or to learn a new skill, to perfect something, but maybe you're struggling. You're not motivated because maybe you just need rest. And that is more than okay. I think that's a gift right now that we have. To step away from a fast pace. You can stay lying down for the last few moments, or if you want to come up and take queen pigeon and bend that knee, bend the left leg. Maybe work that foot, pinky edge into the elbow crease as you square the shoulders back towards center, towards the front of your mat. Maybe you reach the right arm up. Maybe you bring the hands together, clasp the hands, and then just kind of guide that right elbow up towards the sky or the ceiling, lifting the gaze, keeping the navel drawn into the spine. And then coming out slowly when you're ready. Try not to fling the foot down. If you're lying down, press yourself back up. We're just going to bring the left foot forward. I'm just going to turn so you can see me. We're going to stack the left shin over the right, keeping the feet flexed. If you're finding that your knee is really high and your hips feel tight, you can take a pillow or a blanket and just rest it between there. Maybe just sitting up here, you can feel this posture working. And so you stay here and breathe. If you have a little more space, you can walk yourself forward and find a fold in your double pigeon. And so maybe today you just need the permission to not be productive, but instead to find rest, to savor a slower pace that many of us are not used to. So that's why I could feel really funky right now. To not try to compare ourselves to all the messages we're hearing on social media of the people who do want to use this time to be productive. If you're fighting that within, it's okay. Walk yourself back up. Maybe you find a twist by bringing that elbow, the opposite elbow, to that to that foot, and twisting. If that's not working in your body, you can just take that top leg, bring the foot to the side, and just find that seated twist by hugging the knee. So play around with what feels good to you. Just a few breaths in a twist here. Untwist. Just make your way back into a down dog as we prep the other side. And then step that left foot forward, left knee comes towards the wrist, prepping your lying pigeon. Once you're squared off, the hips are even, just walk yourself forward, find a lying pigeon. Our practice is a time of making room for the stillness. What if instead of filling this time of quarantine with more stuff, we choose not to numb out, but to look inward, to not fill our time with so much, but to use this rare moment to savor a pace of life that I think many of us crave, but we honestly don't know how to walk in. If we lay aside this need to be productive, to set goals, to achieve, to check off to-do lists, but give ourselves permission to slow down. If you want to take that queen pigeon on the other side, you can come up. Otherwise, just stay in your lying pigeon these last few breaths. So maybe in the slowing down and the looking inward, some questions come to mind. Maybe that feels scary or overwhelming, so we want to busy ourselves and numb out, but can you make a little space just to listen? Find your last few breaths, whether you're in your lifted pigeon or lying down. And slowly come out. We'll just lift back up, bringing now the right shin on top of the left. Again, taking that pillow or blanket in between the knee and the ankle if you need it. Both feet are flexed. Checking in if just staying lifted is deep enough for you. You just breathe here. Or if the room is available in your body, you can hinge forward from the hips. We can't rest until we get silent. But we can't be silent until we rest in Him. Walking yourself back up. Finding that twist, so maybe taking the elbow to the sole of your foot, bring the palms together and opening up. If that feels off in your body in any way, you can just take that right foot over to the left, finding your seated twist. So right now we are making room for stillness for the last part of our practice of Shavasana. To get silent so we can rest. Untwist, and then we'll just make our way down onto our backs. Bringing the soles of your feet together, letting the knees open up wide. Just taking a few moments in more stillness without pushing our bodies and moving fast. We just embrace this pace. We invite silence and the gifts that it wants to reveal. How does the stillness feel? Is there a question that makes its way to your mind about the way things have been, the pace of your life? What is at the root of the busy for you? Are you seeking approval or validation? Is it just a pressure to keep up from culture? A hustle for your own worth? Is there a fear of what you might see if you actually got quiet? Whatever it is, just let it come up. Because we can't do something different until we know where we're at. So you're ready, you can just bring the knees into your chest. Maybe rock side to side. Just moving slowly in a way that feels good before we take Shavasana. Believing there's a treasure that awaits you in the stillness. But starting to recognize what's at the root of our own fast pace. And using this time of stillness to let things come to the surface so we can make different choices moving forward. Maybe you take happy baby or just straighten the legs. We need to get slow and quiet so that we can see a window into our own self, to know what we fear, to know what's driving us, to know that just by being and resting, you are already enough. You are already good. And that a fast pace is maybe keeping us disconnected from who we're meant to be. Maybe straighten the legs up. Again, just taking this time if you want to follow what I'm doing or if you just want to do what feels good. The knees back into your chest. Going to lift the forehead towards the knees. Inhale, curl into that tight ball. As you exhale, full body stretch, just like a morning stretch here. Then let the arms come out your sides as we take Shavasana. Resting in stillness. Just visualize this peace that comes with a slow pace from Psalm 23. The Eternal is my shepherd. He cares for me always. He provides me rest in rich green fields beside streams of refreshing water. He soothes my fears. He makes me whole again, steering me off worn, hard paths to roads where truth and righteousness echo his name. Even in the unending shadows of death's darkness, I am not overcome by fear because you are with me in those dark moments, near with your protection and guidance. I am comforted. Slowly move your fingers and your toes. Draw your knees into your chest. Just rolling onto your side in a fetal position. And I don't want to rush this rest for you. So feel free to stay in your Shavasana or in your fetal position or just seated and quiet for however long. Gently press yourself up. We'll come take simple seated if you're ready. And instead of thinking of all the things you still need to do today, just this last minute, just sit here. Shifting from a busy life to one of stillness. And all the treasures that we find just by getting quiet and still. Next breath, bring your hands to hearts or to your forehead in prayer. Peace in your mind, in your heart. Peace to your heart, peace in your body. Exhale, sigh it out.